This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday, June 11th, and this is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad. Let's jump right into today's session, shall we? So we had for new highs 383 versus 212 new lows. 41% of stocks were advancing versus 55% declining. Roughly about 50% of stocks were below their 50-day moving average, and 37% of stocks were below their 200-day moving average. Now, the bottom of the indices was close to the opening bell, like around 9:45 was when everything just caught a bid and went higher. But keep in mind, we opened red. All day, we were pretty much clawing our way back on the Dow. We finished down 120 points, or 0.31%. The NASDAQ and the S&P closed near the highs of the day. The NASDAQ was up 151 points, or 0.8%, and the S&P was up 14 points, about 0.25%. The Mag 7 names, for the most part, curiously except NVIDIA and Tesla, were all green. So Microsoft was up 1.1%. Apple was up a big 7.2% after their WWDC artificial intelligence, which is they're calling it AI as an Apple intelligence. They were up fairly big. Google was up 0.8%, Meta was up 0.97%, and I'll cover some of these charts with premium members later. But NVIDIA and many of the semiconductor names were either flat or red, which was curious to me. And looking at the sectors, technology led the day, up 1.2%. Then you had communication services up 0.5%, and everything else was red. Leading to the downside, which is not a good thing, was financials down 1.08%, basic materials down 0.8%, industrials down 0.6%, utilities down 0.6%, energy down 0.5%, consumer cyclical down 0.42%, healthcare down 0.41%, and real estate down 0.38%, and consumer defensive down 0.13%. I do want to preface, though, that it doesn't mean as much on a day where there's just no volume. Again, at like 2:45, at 3:40 p.m., there was only 25 million shares traded on the SPY. We closed at 32 million shares. I mean, we're talking holiday, Christmas week type volume right now. And it seems like everyone is just waiting for something. Maybe it's tomorrow with the Fed rate decision, but there's just no volume. Another thing that I wanted to mention that was really important, and I always say it to continue to watch yields and the 10-year, I noted that the 10-year yield broke below a trend line, and I've indicated here in the show notes, you can see it. It broke below this orange trend line, and that's bullish for bulls, because if rates continue to fall, despite there not being a rate cut by the Federal Reserve, if the 10-year falls, it doesn't matter, right? If the Fed cuts or not. If the 10-year goes to 3.5, that is a rate cut. But we are now climbing above that trend line break. So something to watch. This is TNX, which is not exactly the 10-year yield, but you just divide TNX divided by 10 to get where the 10-year yield is sitting at. Let's go real quickly through what was strong and what was weak, and I'll let the free members go. So these are all percents as usual. So Affirm Holdings up 9.79%, New York Community Bank up 7.9%, Apple 6.6%, Reddit 3.7%, Palantir 3.26%, ARM Holdings 3%, CrowdStrike 2.45%, Sweetgreen 2.42%, and Zscaler 2.28%, and the last one I have is Hims and Hers up 2.13%. What was weak? You had all percents: DJT 7.7%, BITU 6.24. Kura Sushi down 5.22. App Lovin down 3.99. K Hovanian 3.7. PayPal 3.6. Carvana 3.4. KB Homes 3.1. Instacart 3.04. iBit 2.98. PLG down 2.9. Natural Gas Futures 2.79, MicroStrategies 2.75, Toll Brothers 2.7, Delta Airlines 2.7, Nova Gold 2.5, SMCI 2.49, Lyft 2.49, ACMR Research 2.39, SVM Silvercorp Metals down 2.35, Tesla 2.34, Coinbase 2.2, Pulte Homes 2.19, Gold, Barrick Gold 2.04. So, as you can see on my watch list, I have more red than green today. Free members continue to watch. Who am I kidding? The only thing that really matters is yields right now. And tomorrow is the Fed rate decision. Will they hike? Will they not do anything and keep things steady? Or will they finally cut? That is all that anyone cares about on Wall Street right now. I will see you all after the Fed rate decision session. Paying members, please stay on. I'd like to go over about 25 charts with you today. That's my train.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.